Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley with Freddy. So, it has been a while and I cannot remember where my train is. So I'm going to have to go on a bit of a hunt. It has been a hot minute since I was last on here. Been about a week, and there's our train. So, I'm going to refresh myself where we are actually up to. There she is. So we've got all these jobs dropped off, and we've got this to take back. Right, so we are heading to City South. So just double check we're set for out of here. That's power, we want to keep right there. Keep right there. Yeah, keep right. Up out of here into City South. I'm gonna keep right, keep left, and drop the last little bits into there. Right, happy, happy, joy, joy. So, going to keep left into City South. Happy days. Right. That's that. Nice and simple and straightforward. He says. There's anything I ever do straightforward. And more than likely we've got a handbrake on. Double check handbrakes. That's off. Well, we'll soon feel it when we pull away if there's a handbrake on. Doesn't feel like there's a handbrake on. Let's get a bit of the old hammer down. And get our butt up to City South. Nice short journey, so I'm not going to bother jump cutting this. I will actually show you us getting up there. Especially as it is 10 to 3 in the morning server time. Certainly won't have any problem hauling this lot. A little bit quick there. Could be worse. Nothing's derailed, that's good. So, where are we up to? So we're heading back to City South, to the museum. And we're going to finally finish phase 2 of our 3 objectives. Which is going to be repairing and repainting everything in the museum. So we're well on our way now to victory. So once this is done, it's just a climb to 3 million in the bank. And as we are at 1.6 million, that number's obviously going to go down with repairs. But we are in a very, very good place now. Let's get a bit of power on, get back up the speed. This is a 40 climb, so we can do up to 44 comfortably. As always, everything with this game is about balance of speed and braking. So I did get a request to show more of doing shunt work and that type of thing, so I'm going to take that on board and I will demonstrate all the effort that goes into making some of these big trains. It's going to elongate some of the episodes, but so be it. We're at the stage now where I think it's worthwhile demonstrating it all. You can see here I'm just flicking the power up and down to balance my speed. Not worried about train length. It is not that long, this train. It is not a ridiculous length, so we don't need to worry about it. Let my speed get away from me a little bit there. Right. Power down, let's go. I'm going to refresh myself with all the controls. Thankfully, keybinds, they're good. I'm not going to remember that much. Bit of a downhill now, so we'll let her just roll. At this speed, just keep an eye out for speed signs. Like that one, 60, so we're good. Speed will obviously come down the closer we get to City South. A lot of it as well is when you start remembering the track, you remember some of the speeds. That does help with manoeuvring round. You certainly remember certain corners, like the one at City West that's a 30. So it's worth memorising the layout of some of the track. Remembering what's going to be what's going to be where. You can start anticipating some of the corners. Anticipate speed and what you need to be doing, it makes judging your braking distance a lot easier, especially with big heavyweight trains. Like now, I know there's only, I think, one station that isn't a 50, so that makes things easier as well. You know, when you're going into a station, pretty much every station's a 50. It makes it easier. I know we could be doing 70 here, but as I was saying, the speed's going down. Oh look, 50 limit. So why push it to 70 to have to brake again? You're burning fuel you don't need to burn. How are we doing on fuel actually? Oh, we're half. Okay. So we're going to need a repair. More likely we will do that when we go back down to the harbour after finishing all this repair work. Start looking at next jobs. Now, I'm not going to exclusively do military contracts, which would be the easy way to get to 3 million. I think that would be boring and a little not cheaty, because it's part of the game, but I think there's better ways to do it, more fun ways. So we're certainly going to be looking at exploring them as well. more fun ways to do this. Alright, so we'll turn this engine off here. There's the handbrake. I appreciate for you guys it is exceedingly dark. Unfortunately there's not a lot I can do about that because that is the game settings. It's a little murky in here. Yes, there is a bit of a issue with headlights and what have you. This is going to be easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this off and park this train up because we won't be needing it again. It has served its sole purpose for us. So I'm going to get this dropped off, get the engine fitted. Speed's dropping a bit quicker than anticipated. Thankfully we don't have a car in the back of this, so we don't need to worry about that. And we're going to sleep for daylight so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. It's just so dark in here. There we go. Missing parts brought in. Head over here. There is the said trailer, so I'm going to park it in the one next to it. Oh, I've actually got the turntable going the right way first time. Haha, that's a bonus. I don't often get that done right. The reason I'm not planning to repair up here is the length of the train we're using. With two DE6s and the DE6 slug and the DH4, it's just a little long to get in here. Right, so let's back this baby up. Park her up for a final time. She has served us well. You enjoy your rest. Right, so over we shall sleep for daytime. And we shall get the last of what we need to do done. So what time are we on? I'm not actually going to get a very long sleep. Should go for 7. Oh. There we go. 7, good bit of daylight. See what jobs are here. There's actually a job down to the harbour. Ah. That's not bad. Now there's still a few vehicles to find out and about on the map, because we still have 2 keys. So I'll be making a beeline for both of those as well. Pretty sure I know where they are as well. First things first, we need a tin of paint. A tin of demonstrator as well. There we go. Our lovely 282 is now all done up. The only thing left to do with this is put coal and water in it. So yeah, that is that. I have to yep, look down the chimney. Not sure where the water goes. Entry point on this one. I didn't actually look that up prior to doing this. So that's on me. Ah. Little toolbox for storing stuff. Oh, that's handy. So coal will obviously go in there. That's where I put the water. That's a compressor. You'd think they'd make these things obvious, but nope. Job of having to figure stuff out. So what we'll do is say stuff it for the moment. She is repaired. Ah, a beautiful D2. There we go. Brake pressures are good. Track is good. It's the DM3 that we're going to be repairing. Ooh, that was quick. And of course there's Freddy doing the usual, turntable going the wrong way. So Should roll nicely together for us. Come on. Come on. Oh, typical. There we go. Now it's together. No, don't want the electric cable. This one to that one. Do that. Handbrake off. Everything else is good for this. So. Nice and straightforward. Back her up. Just watch so we don't derail. Not derailing is the name of the game. Get her parked up. Right, I should put the handbrake on this. Cut her off. And is she... Yep. Looks like she is in range. Where is... Ah, she's up there. Right, I don't think I've gone quite far enough back, actually. Yeah, it helps if I take the brake off fully. And fuel cut off. There we go. So there we go. That's the refuel point for that. No vehicle. Epidipper? Oh, I know why. Part this up. I haven't paid to install the parts yet. Silly me. There we go. Cost us 10,000. Right. There we go. We'll recycle properly. There we go. Recognises it now. There we go. Oh. How much this is going to set us back. 91,000. Not that bad. Right. Now to paint her up. So I want 2 cans of sand, 1 demonstrator, and 1 DVRT. So demonstrator, DVRT, and 1, 2 sand. I know I've got extras, more than what I really need, but you never know, they may add more engines in the future. Certainly got the space for it in here, so we shall see. Time shall tell. So let's get to painting this bad boy, make it look nice. I'm going to go for DVRT inside. And demonstrator outside. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't she look sexy? So that is now all of the museum pieces found, collected, and painted, and repaired. Everything done. The museum is full. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this here, because I think we should just get back down to the harbour. Start looking at next jobs. What I'm going to do first is drop these paint cans off in the right place. They will despawn from there. Excellente. Now, it's not going to be easy to turn around in here, because we are too long for the turntable, and it's not exactly a platform layout where we can turn our baby round easily. One thing we do need to do, turn these freaking lights off. They're bright. So, turn that off, turn that off. Turn that off, and that's off. Right, awesome. So what we'll do, handbrake off. Power on, brake is fully off, into reverse. We shall navigate from the DH4 at the back. Because it's a nice day, let's do it from on top of the train. Because why not? Ooh, I heard that. There's a brake on somewhere. Check the DH4 as well. Don't know why the brakes suddenly went on. There we go, brakes are off now. So what we can do is head down to the harbour. set the harbour for... Where am I? Harbour. What we're going to do is go right there into the military base, which means we drive forward for the direction we want to go. Do we just... We're going to go left, go right, because we're going to go in for a repair. Need to repair. So, I've installed the mod for multiplayer. So you may at some point see me doing that. Won't be on my save because the progression I've got at the moment is exactly where I want it to be. Let's get some power down, see our speed here. I just thought it'd be nice to have a little outside view where we're going. Something a little bit different. Can't use the dynamic brake from the controller, but it is recharging our controller because it is daylight. We could have picked up that job to come down to the harbour, but yeah. I think we can do better. Better is the plan. We're not desperate for money, which is the main bonus. So on an 80 decreasing speed. I think it's 50 up ahead. Shock horror, there it is. Uh-oh. Why is the brake not on? We have derailed. The brake cutout wasn't on. Oh dear. Ooh, that's a mess. Yeah. My bad. Can't see the arrows. There they are. Switch that back to switch, right. Now we've got to reconnect everything. Yay! That's going to cover more cost. So I didn't have the brakes actually set up properly. I don't know why that was, because we were... Yeah, we came up here, no problem. That's alright. Reconnect the whole train now. That will have incurred some additional fees for us. So that's that one. Handbrake off. Handbrake off. Not sure why it reset everything, because all I did was put the train up. It could be where we repaired the other train and then decided, oh, I'm just going to reset everything. So yeah, as you can see, smashed up. So that's going to be expensive. Ooh. Yeah. Oh well, mistakes were made. Well, lucky we were going for a repair anyway. Let's change over to higher gear. So much this lot will set us back. There we can see the lovely harbour on our right. I don't ever get tired of actually seeing that. This is rather beautiful. Military base. Yeah, so we'll get parked up, repaired up, and then next episode we'll actually look at what we are going to be doing next. We are in the realm now of just doing work, so, and finding the last two sheds, which I'm pretty sure I know where both of them are. Once we're down this bit. Now the brakes work. Once we're down the bottom and parts up, I'll bring the map up and I'll show you where I believe both the two are. The two keys we've got left, one's for the caboose and one's for the, I think it's the micro shunter is the name for it. Can't remember the model number. It's basically a small shunt version of the DE2. Less capacity, no good for on track, but has its uses for shunting stuff around in yards. And once we get it, we can call it in and spawn it in and use that to shunt with rather than trying to use our whole locomotive. It's a little diesel electric micro shunter. Not overly powerful, so for our big trains, no good really. You see, just flicking with the brakes, controlling our descent. Not derailing again. As you do. Set for left, perfect. Kill the brake now, because I'm not going to need it till we make the next turn, which the next turn is a 20. It's a rather sharp turn into the service area. There we go. That's our wireless controller fully recharged, so that's perfect as well. So more than likely, depending on the train's size we're going to do next, this could be an all-day shunting job just to get set up ready to go. There we can see the 20 there with the dead end sign. Slow her down. That'll do. And we shall go nicely into the repair yard. Another pair of D6s, a DH4, and the S060. Look at that. Right. Handbrake on that one and kill the engine. Let me out. Have I gone too far? What's the betting? Yep, gone too far. Yay. Thankfully handbrakes on both sides. See what I mean about the length of our train? It's lengthy. Right. That should do nicely now. Yeah, it's this one. Right, let's see what the damage on these repairs is going to be this time. Okie dokie. So, this is going to get costly. That's what you get for making mistakes, though. Mistakes were made. That's one, and we're at 94,000 already. There's two. That should be all. So all full on that one. 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 Awesome. So we're as... There we go. We're as repaired can be, and that's going to be 138,000. Yipes! So we're now down to 1,400,000. Right, okay. Let's go have... Oh yes, the map. Right, so the last two we need to pick up, I believe one is here and one is here. So we've done the one here and we've done the one as well. That's our starter point. I'm trying to remember where the other one was actually. Oh, it was here at City South, wasn't it? Yeah. So we've got one here, just north of Machine Factory, and one south of Forest South on its way to Sawmill. So that's the last two we need to pick up. We don't need to drag them, we just need to go there, unlock the keys, and then it'll be perfectly suitable for what we're looking to do. I appreciate this episode is going on a little bit longer than my normal ones. Trying to keep the time down, but unfortunately time has gotten away from us. So we shall have a look. Small fees. Fees all clear. Right, so we've got a mass job list here. Plenty to be working through and working out where we're going and what we're doing. So that is for next time. Until then, I'll see you again soon.